Hello everybody, I am the Linkzilla and welcome back to Sonic Heroes. This will probably be my last recording that I do for the day because doing Team Rose will probably be pretty easy. So, when we last left off, we had gotten Team Darks of the Jungle, and now it's the Kitty's turn.
You can count on me!
Okay, here we go!
Frog Forest. Really?
You all ready? Chocola!
Foggy!
World-class dialogue writing right there. I really do hope that Big gets some kind of special dialogue when it comes to the big frogs.
This is making my head spin!
Obligatory character is drunk joke.
I'll do my best! Here we go! Level up!
Whoa.
Here we go! Alright! I'll do my best!
Bye, Pig!
I'll do my best! Here we go!
Got it!
Woo!
Bye, Pig! Level up!
There's a frog over there! I'll do my best!
Bye. Oh, goody!
Aim.
I'll do my best!
Nice shot, Big. God, this game is just so relaxing, isn't it? That's gonna be funny once I get to the last two areas.
Got it!
Unbelievable. Team Rose turns out to be one of the more competent teams.
Got it!
Probably because Big's mind is so prodigiously empty that he carries nothing into the drift.
I'll do my best! Here we go!
That's a Pacific Rim reference for anybody who didn't get it.
Here we go!
It's also a reference to the Lego movie. It's so prodigiously empty.
Bye, Pig!
If you're that scared.
Level up!
Ooh!
Level up!
Got it!
I'll do my best! Should I stir the wind to blow toward this flower? I'll do my best!
The flower.
I'll do my best! Wow! I can't believe this flower can actually fly! I feel like I've become one with the flower! Here we go!
That's funny considering that we ditched it. I feel like I've become one with the flower. That's so silly. Dang it.
Here we go!
Got it!
Good.
Wow! You're right! Sorry! Right!
And just like that, we're already done. And we even got over 200 rings. So, that's case closed on whether or not we'll have all that much problems with the challenge mode. Unless suddenly they increase it to 300.
Kinda super duper happy!
Sorry that I don't have all that much in terms of witty dialogue, guys. I've actually been playing Minecraft during my downtime, starting a brand new world on the latest update, and I basically spent a lot of effort last night to find and build a skeleton farm so I can get bone meal. And the only skeleton dungeon.
I'll do my best!
The only dungeon that I could find was actually like pretty far away from my base. The only thing is, I just basically use like the whole online seed map viewer, and I basically discovered there was a skeleton dungeon pretty close by.
My turn.
I'll do my best. Here we
Great.
go.
Like literally right outside the back of my base.
My turn. My turn.
I'll do my best. Here we go. Here we go.
Got
Here we
it.
go.
You know, I gotta admit, Cream is pretty impressive that she can fly supporting Big's weight like that.
Level up.
This area is dangerous. So be careful.
Level up.
Ooh.
All right.
My turn.
Here we go.
Ooh-hee.
I'll do my best. All right. All right.
Oh, these mushrooms look like they know how to party.
There's that cracked frog again.
I wasn't even close.
They can be beaten by fruit. Level up. Here we go. I'll do my best.
Got it.
Look out. All right.
My turn. Oh, goodness. Sorry.
I'll do my best. Woo.
We're close to the goal ring. I can feel it.
My turn. Level up.
Here we go. Here we go.
My turn.
I'll do my best. Here we go. Yeah.
My turn. Wow, you're right. Level up. Yay.
We did it. Woo, that was scary.
Nothing can stop the three of us.
Big, you lovable oaf.
All right.
Ka-ching!
Kinda super duper happy.
Well, that was the jungle, so let's see. Team Sonic and Team Dark fought each other, so looks like we're gonna fight Team Chaotix. Wonder how that's gonna go down. Yep, there they are.
Excuse me, miss. I was wondering if I could ask you something.
If it's about a date, it'll have to wait.
Jay!
What date?
Joke, you little brat?
She's like,
Hand over that chow, nice and easy.
I bet you.
whoa, what the hell, SBO?
Chow.
What?
It's not nice to tease my friends.
Yeah, time to rock and roll.
There's gotta be a major misunderstanding here, but we can't back down now.
Here we go.
Hold it, stop everything. Hold on 1 second. This is one of the things that I like about old video games is that they actually come with manuals about basically they old manuals basically have information about the game as well as the characters. Nowadays, game companies just expect you to look up all this stuff online. But first of all, whatever it is that Vector wanted to ask Amy probably was a lot more polite than friggin' a dismissal. Than her friggin' dismissing him as wanting nothing more than a date, especially considering that Vector with the exception of Shadow, is the oldest playable character in this game. And Amy remains 12, whereas Vector is 20. What is it with Amy thinking that guys all over are going to be asking her to go out on dates with them? Second, he's a crocodile, so granted I know that for some reason people end up shipping Vector with Cream's mom, but where the hell did that... It's still a crocodile and a rabbit. That's somehow, I don't see that necessarily ending well. But the real question is, what the heck is up with Espio demanding that they hand over cheese? What's going on here? Seems like they actually have a legit reason to fight because Espio was being, like, uncharacteristically hostile. Wow. That was a flawless victory for them.
Can't back down now.
Lose to a bunch of losers like you.
Let's go. I must not have been serious enough.
Let's roll up. I'll take them. Here we go. I'll do my thing. All right.
Bye, Charmy. So why the heck did...
It's not nice to make fun of my friends.
That's the good thing about Big, is that he's actually incredibly loyal. But Espio did say that there was some kind of misunderstanding going on, but by then the fight had already begun. Wonder what is up with this. Maybe both teams are being manipulated into fighting each other.
This place is creepy. Come on, you guys. Don't you want to find Chocola and Froggy? We can do this.
They nodded.
I've got to get tough for all of us.
Oh, pulls up the belt. Big's gonna get all tough. I like that. Big is dumb, and he's kind of like a cowardly lion in the situation, but he's willing to step up when it counts.
We're up. You can count on me.
Okay, here we go.
Collect 200 rings, no problem. Okay, so basically to just get my thoughts out in the open is that, well, I can sort of...
You all ready? Chocola.
Froggy. I can feel Froggy around here somewhere.
Ah, so he can feel Froggy. I think that basically that's an indication, like, that's his dialogue for the big frogs and whatnot.
There's a frog over there.
I can sort of understand why I think fans sort of feel a bit hostile towards characters like this, as well as the rest of Sonic's menagerie, because ultimately I feel like they are a bit childish, but I like that aspect about them. They're like the cute portion of the franchise, you know what I'm saying? They're meant to basically be the appeal for the very young audience, the very young players, because after all, Sonic always has been a kids game franchise, but so it should basically like appeal to kids. At least you have like all the, I guess, childish nature condensed down into one group of characters, but ultimately I feel like that it adds to this game's appeal. Now, the argument here is that even though the Sonic games have basically had a predominantly kid audience, the original Sonic games are ultimately timeless because there was nothing inherently childish about them. Any adult could easily pick them up. Well, that was back when games didn't have to be as complex as they are now. Basically, like, you guys probably didn't even know what the story of Sonic the Hedgehog even was back then. It wasn't just about a hedgehog fighting an evil scientist. It was about Hedgehog basically trying to get the Chaos Emeralds to protect the environment.
Got it!
I'll do my best! Here we go! I'll do my best! Level up! Look out!
I guess what I'm trying to say is that even though the Sonic franchise basically gets a bit more into its childish nature with characters like this, it still has its own mature themes, especially in regards to the story with Shadow, because... Let me ask you something. When you watched, when you first played the Sonic game all those years ago, the original Sonic the Hedgehog games, did you ever imagine that in that world there could ever be a story where...
We're like awesome!
That there could ever be a story where the military basically gunned down an innocent girl just because she was trying to protect her friend who just happened to be a science experiment? That's why I just don't get why the hatred for Shadow. Because everybody misunderstands him. Everybody thinks that Shadow is basically trying to be an edgy... well, trying to be like an edgelord, but he isn't. That's pretty much the last part of his character. Characters that basically, like, try to be edgelords, those characters are cringe, but Shadow actually has a deep and complex backstory.
Everybody, look out! Okay!
Okay, dokie. Oh! Huh? Huh?
Level up! I'll do my best! Did you hear about the black frogs? The rain they summon kills plants.
My turn. Huh? 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 Oh, goodness.
Here we go!
Got it.
Here we go!
My turn.
I'll do my best!
My turn.
I'll do my best! Here we go! Cream, can you help us? Alright, here we go!
My
I'll
turn.
do my best!
My level up.
Look at that. We have a big gigantic mushroom to keep us from falling.
So be careful not to fall.
Level up!
Ooh,
Alright,
my turn.
here we go! I'll do my best!
Got it. Got it.
There's that black frog again! Here we go! Level up!
Got it.
Here we go! Enemy robots up ahead!
Level up.
We're ready now! Alright! Here we go!
One more ring.
Level up!
Yay! See? I told you that was easy. Because this level was surprisingly generous with the rings.
We're like awesome!
Totally awesome! Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. And now, only one thing left to do. I'm gonna go back and teach those private dicks a lesson.
We're up! You can count on me!
Okay, here we go.
Team Chaotix.
There's gotta be a major misunderstanding here, but we can't back down now.
Here we go! We won't lose to a bunch of losers like you.
Hut, hut.
Not bad, but it won't be so easy from here on.
Here we go!
There's gotta be a major misunderstanding here, but we can't back down now.
Here we go! We won't lose to a bunch of losers like you.
Not bad, but it won't be so easy from here on.
5 seconds. No, 10.
You cannot have cheese!
You cannot have cheese. For some reason, that's just so funny because it's like, oh, hello. Come in. We were just about to have some cheese. You cannot have cheese. Well, boys, I hope that you have a good explanation for yourselves because that was just seriously uncalled for. Shame on you, SBO. Anyways, I'm gonna take a break for now, and when we... Holy crap, was this episode like only 20 minutes long? Cool. Well, next we come back, we'll be finishing off the jungle with Team Chaotix. Until then, if you like this video, please like it, share it with your friends, and don't forget to leave a comment. And look, Team Sonic and Team Dark are closing the gap on Team Rose. Looks like their head start is about to wear out. Should be done by the time we reach the final act. So, if you want to keep up to date with more Sonic heroes coming at you in the future, then be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. And as always, I'll catch you guys